You know, the battle against Alzheimer's is being fought on numerous fronts, and in one front is right here in Johnson City. And today I'm joined by Dr. Norman Moore. And Dr. Moore, we've talked about this before, about diagnosing people with Alzheimer's, and you've come up in your research here with some great ways to make sure that the people you're getting data from actually have Alzheimer's.
Yes, until a few years ago, it was not possible to diagnose Alzheimer's with certainty until you did an autopsy, which meant that a lot of our patients who were being entered into these studies actually didn't have the disease. The problem was we didn't know which ones. And now we have developed, and one of the studies we did here at this university was to develop a PET scan, which is able to give us the same information that used to be only available through an autopsy. Now when we screen patients for the studies, we can be sure that they actually do have the abnormalities in the brain called plaques that cause the disease, and that makes our diagnosis and our treatment much more accurate.
Let's talk about some of the drugs that you're studying here. You mentioned 3. To give us those names, if you would, please.
Well, there are 3 that work by using antibodies. They're called monoclonal antibodies, and these are capable of going into the brain and finding the plaques and removing them. And they work in the same way, but they're from 3 different companies and have different names. The first one we used was bapineuzumab. The next one we used was solanezumab. And then now we're working on one which is called aducanumab. And the MAB at the end of all those names, it means monoclonal antibodies. And for the patients in those studies, they have an infusion, and that's the only way you can deliver the medicine. However, we have another study which we've recently started, which works in a completely different way. It's an oral medicine, and it blocks an enzyme in the brain which causes large molecules to break down into smaller pieces, which are then used by the brain to create these plaques. So if that enzyme is blocked, then these little pieces are not formed to the same extent, and therefore the plaque doesn't get created and become the cause of damage to the brain cells.
We also have the privilege of having someone who's involved in that Alzheimer's drug study with us today. I'm joined by Carrie and Ginger Swinehart, and thank you so much for making some time for us and agreeing to do this.
Certainly.
Carrie, you were diagnosed a few years back with Alzheimer's.
Right.
How did that, do you remember that time and what you were going through?
Well, it took a while for me to realize that, that something was wrong.
Right.
I've got a PhD in management from the University of Georgia.
Right.
I came up here to ETSU, and during that time, it just started. It's very slowly at first, but then it just got to the point where I couldn't teach appropriately, couldn't do my job well.
And
it was just time to retire.
I understand. And Ginger, as his spouse, how was that time for you watching this happen?
Well, it was very disturbing because it was difficult to find out what was going on. It took us 5 years to get a diagnosis, and we were very fortunate once we got the diagnosis to find out about the research studies that were going on.
And Dr. Moore's research, the PET scans and everything, that really helped you all a lot, didn't it?
It did. There's a great deal of comfort in knowing what you're dealing with rather than the unknown. And getting into Dr. Moore's study and Carrie starting the infusions, he's improved, and people with Alzheimer's do not improve typically. I mean, he's still got Alzheimer's and he's still losing some memory, but it's leveled off the speed in which the disease is affecting him.
And Carrie, you said you were really pleased with what's going on as far as the drug study is concerned.
Absolutely. One of my side things is playing music, and I play the guitar and sing and different places with different friends and that sort of thing, and I got it back, and it's very important to me. You know, music has been in my veins for a very long time, so
Very important that you're able to maintain that.
yeah.
All right. Carrie, Ginger, thank you so much for sharing just a small portion of your story with us today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Carrie and Ginger Swinehart, definitely on the front lines in the battle against Alzheimer's.